Hi, Sue. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Jules. How are you?
Thank you very much for this. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about the boot camp so that I can let other people know what it was like.
Yep.
So firstly, I guess, tell us all about your business because it's a brilliant business and in fact I'm a customer. So tell us about the business, how long you've been operating and what industry you're in.
So I'm in home decor, and I was previously running another business, and it changed midway through my boot camp, and I'll tell you why that was so fantastic. But I do French pure linen bedding.
And it's
Um,
absolutely gorgeous, everyone. Tell everyone what your website address is so that they know where to buy them.
Lux, Lelux, linen.com.au. So come and have a look. So one of our differentiators, of course, is that we have the basic, beautiful but linen, but also really bright colours so that people can actually customise their rooms. We send free samples to people, and we'll be introducing table linen, and this is partly from our boot camp as well, table linen and even wearables later in the year.
Oh, wow. I'm going to keep an eye out on all of that. I do love linen. All right. Now I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty and ask you some questions about the
Sure.
course. So firstly, had you ever tried PR before you started the course? And if so, how did you go?
No, I hadn't ever tried it before. So this is my second career, if you like. So I'm a long-term person in the workforce, and I really wanted to do this because I love it, and I wanted to do something different. So I'm really a novice, and I really didn't have any idea on where to start. So and obviously as a small business, you don't have lots and lots of monies to just engage people. So I really wanted some basic assistance, if you like.
Right. And what made you think of PR as opposed to other types of marketing? Or was it just that, you saw a handle your own PR ad or what went on there?
Well, because I'm only an online shop, I had done the basics, like you made your SEO and AdWords, Google AdWords and things like that, but nothing beyond that. And I realised that you needed to have some help to do something other than that.
Yeah, yeah. And to get some inbound links. All right.
Yep.
So what made you decide to take the course? Why my course, I guess? I'm
Um,
fishing for compliments here. I feel terrible.
well, look, one of the things I really like is that your course helped me to understand it better myself, right? You can go to somebody who'll do the magic for you if you like, but you really don't understand why or what. They just ask you some questions and off they go.
Yeah.
And that means that you would forever have to do that because you don't actually know what's happening. So
Yeah.
I really like this course because you're explaining why, what you had to do, why it was important, so that you actually think differently. That was the big part, and that made you a much more informed consumer of PR, or user of PR. I think
Yeah.
is the best way. And even if you did use a firm later, you have a really good understanding of what's happening and why.
Yeah, what a great answer. Thank you. That was part of the reason why we set up the business as well. So people would understand what's involved as well if they're ever employing anyone.
Yep.
Okay, so what were the top two things that you learned that really kind of resonated with you, and why did you find them useful?
Um, the top two was actually thinking about your market and why, and clarifying what that was and who you're selling to, and be really crystal clear about that, right? So
Yeah.
I sell linen, for example, and I could just say, look, I just want everyone to buy it. But it made me really think about who that consumer was, what their sort of, what do they earn in income, where are they living, what do they expect from me, what sort of experience. And I used that to really refine that, which then informed when I went and did a photo shoot that I was absolutely clear in my mind who would be looking at it. So that was just informed every action that you did after that.
Right.
And as I said, and as in terms of that experience, but also really an understanding of the nature of journalists and who's receiving and who might help you and why and how they like to be interacted with. I think that's really, really important. And I hadn't thought of that before. I mean, selfishly, isn't it terrible? We're a business, but I think it makes you very much more empathetic.
Yeah. Oh, great, great. Okay, and now the next thing is here's a crunchy one. How hard was it, and particularly with you because you had that problem with your business right in the middle where you changed everything? How hard was it to fit in the course? Like, was it a useful time, and were you able to fit in the homework, or how did you squeeze it all?
Well, the homework I could probably, well, it was sort of tricky. So because I was changing midway through and I was effectively starting all over again. So at the time, I had a brand that I'd been running for a couple of years, but midway I was even looking for logos. So like right back to the basics. So for me, what was really great, you were really understanding of that, and I so appreciated it. But by still being able to interact with it, while I might not have finished everything because I really wasn't, yet there,
Yeah.
it drove everything, and I could hear everybody else. So I was sort of doing my homework, if that made sense, about how I would approach that, and when I got to that particular point, even if I wasn't, up to date on that particular Monday night. And then I could hear everybody else. It was incredibly informative. And like I said, I really appreciated the flexibility because it drove my thinking as opposed to just having already done my thinking and then testing it with you. So
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Great. Now, you haven't had a chance to start your PR yet, have you? Or have you?
Well, I have,
Woo!
because
Tell me more.
yeah. Look, I really took on board what you sort of said. So before Christmas, because obviously I had product, but I didn't have any branding yet, and the website wasn't up. But I reached out to Source Bottle,
Yeah.
and there was a call for prizes, and I realised I didn't have anything to write about yet. So I contacted a Queensland, because you refined me like go local, because
Yeah.
first a magazine that's up on the Sunshine Coast, and I said, look, I'm not even open yet, but I'm going to send you a prize that you can use in March, and by the time you use it, I will be, up and running and ready to really sort of receive that. So, and they accepted it.
Yeah, great. So that's also learning about the lead times and how, that you can go out now, and by the time it actually appears, your business will be well and truly up and running.
Yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, would you recommend the course? And if you did, how would you persuade one of your friends to do it, or a colleague to do it?
Well, for me, is that if you're wanting to start online business, and for people particularly who haven't had a lifetime of this, I almost think it's a prerequisite, right? You find a good
Oh, God
photographer.
love you.
You do this because look, it's got to be. If there are the stat says that new businesses fail all the time, right? And one of the things that you really need to equip yourself, as long as you've got a sort of a good product, is to make sure that you've got the basics right. And I would just consider this to be a must-have.
Oh, Sue, thank you so much. Oh, you're just such an angel for saying that. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything. I know it's going to go really well. And as soon as you start getting more coverage, let us know and send me the clippings, and I'll stick them all up on the Facebook page and let everyone know.
Look, absolutely. And look, whenever it is, your samples are on the way, and I'm giving you the whole experience, including the little letter that goes with it. And I'd appreciate any feedback because, as I said, customer experience is important.
Fantastic.